Good evening, everybody. Hello, hello. Thank you for spending your time with us. We are here on a Friday evening, roughly about 6 p.m., depending on which clock you're looking at in the house. But greetings. My name is Todd, president of the Capital City Black Nurses Association. I wanted to go ahead and welcome everybody with a warm welcome. Originally, we should be doing this in person. We should be hugging. We should be sharing cocktails. We should be celebrating the achievements of our nursing students here in the Sacramento region, along with some of our friends and family. So because of the current situation of COVID-19, we are virtual. So year 2 in a row of being here virtually. Big shout out to our secretary, Aaron King, in the background running our platform today. He's been doing a great job with that, not just today, but throughout the last couple of years of this streaming event. So before we get going, I just wanted to give a big shout out to our sponsors for this scholarship event. We have UC Davis Health and the Betty Irene Moore School of Nursing. Both have always been with us since the beginning, partners in this effort to build community, build professional development here in the Black nurse community. And I'm really excited to be starting this out, but really, this is probably the last couple times you're gonna see me. This is all about our awardees and our scholarship committee that put together a lot of work this year, y'all. You'll get some more information about that, but I just wanna remind everyone that we have been working full time during the pandemic. We have been on the front lines. We've been going to school. We've been raising families, and we've been also putting in this free labor of love on the backside as well. So just really proud of where we're at, proud of where we're going. And with that, I'm going to kick it over to Miss Makita Trainum.
Good evening. My name is Makita Trainum, and it is my pleasure to greet everyone here today on behalf of the Capital City Black Nurses Association Scholarship Committee. It is an honor to speak for the Scholarship Committee as we are still able to host an event to celebrate Black members of the community and nursing students during the pandemic. It has been such a great experience working on the Scholarship Committee with my fellow constituents. I want to recognize the members of the Scholarship Committee for all of their amazing efforts in planning this event. Todd, Calene Roseman, Kaiweda Keys, Aaron King, Dr. Ricky Norwood. Thank you so much. This committee has been gathering sponsors and resources necessary to bring this event to life. I could not be more proud of this committee and the overall message of this event. As we all know, originally, tonight's event was to take place at the Kipton Hotel in our best tuxes and gowns, enjoying all the festivities of the night. From the raffle to the entertainment, it was definitely going to be a night we were never going to forget. But the third surge of the COVID hindered those plans. The committee has been working tirelessly to bring forth this scholarship gala to highlight Black representation within the healthcare community. Despite the pandemic, I am here to inform everyone to mark your calendar for this time next year because the event will be happening in 2022 at the Kipton in person. And I want to give a special thanks from the CCBNA and the Scholarship Committee to the Kipton Sawyer Hotel for still partnering with us for next year's event. So again, greetings from the CCBNA Scholarship Committee, and I hope you enjoy our program and evening.
You've joined us here this afternoon. Good afternoon. I'm here to welcome our scholarship recipients, and I'm going to start with Miss Natasha Dabney. Natasha Dabney is a mother of a 5-year-old beautiful child. She has another child that is 16, and her education hasn't always been easy for her. As a child, she had other things to focus on, such as survival. However, Natasha always knew that she wanted to become a nurse. Due to being homeless and other challenges as a teenager, she dropped out of high school and then became a certified nursing assistant. A couple of years later, she returned to school and obtained her general education diploma. She then registered into the technical LVM program. When she entered into this program, she felt less than insignificant, and due to her educational history. The first day of class, she remembered telling herself, "Natasha, you may be the dumbest person here, but promise yourself that you will not give up." And she did just that. After strong determination and dedication, excellent, and become valedictorian of her class. The confidence she obtained from her grades in the LVM program fueled her into furthering her education. She realized that she was too smart and just needed to put necessary effort and work into herself. She went back to community college and completed all of her nursing prerequisites, applied and got in and accepted into the ADN program at Los Marinos Community College. She graduated with honors and multiple degrees, transferred to the California State University East Bay, and got her Bachelor in Science of Nursing into the BSN program. In the middle of the first semester of the BSN program, she got hired as an ICU new grad nurse. On her way back home from celebrating the offer, an 18-year-old Wheeler big rig neglected to slow down, stopped on the freeway, and hit her vehicle behind at full force. The accident placed her in the hospital for a couple of months with approximately 20 plus broken bones, which required her to learn how to walk and take care of herself again. She currently remains in physical therapy to perfect her mobility. She is forever thankful to be alive and here as a mother to her children and family. She is also grateful to still have the opportunity to continue to dream as a nurse. With lots of hard work and continued education, her graduation date remained the same, next year in May of 2020. She will walk across the stage, glory to God, thanks to all of the offerings of this scholarship. It will help her a great deal with the expense of her college and fluid her goal in providing healthcare and support to the community. Her deepest passion is to support the community as many ways as possible. To be actively present in the community is something that she didn't see when she was growing up. It means a lot to her to help serve and to have purpose. It says something about our youth without saying anything. And she wants to thank the CCBNA for awarding her the scholarship and reminding her of hope. Natasha Dabney.
Hi, good evening, everyone. My name is Natasha Dabney. I would like to thank CCBNA for awarding me this scholarship and allowing my personal journey to be shared with everyone. This becoming a nurse definitely has been my dream and something that I've continuously have been passionate about. Also, along this journey, there's been plenty of people that have helped me along the way, and I could not thank them enough, and I want to give them recognition. So first, that would be Jesus Christ. In my accident, there was a fatality, and it was less than 10 months ago. I'm forever thankful to be here and to be able to look forward to continuously be an active member in my community and advocate, as well as my family. My family has supported me greatly, especially through these trials and tribulations that I've recently faced. The doctors, surgeons, medical professionals, of course, the nurses, physical therapists, and everyone that played a part in my healing process and continue to play a significant role. I would like to thank my advisor. She's the one who recommended for me to apply for this scholarship. She wrote my letter of recommendation, and she continues to uplift me and remind me of different job opportunities that are available once I'm completely healed. I would also like to thank my professors, my counselors. There's so many people that had a hand in my success, and I don't want to miss anybody. So I just want to say everybody that has helped me. And adding to that list, I want to thank CCBNA. Thank you for believing in me. Thank you for choosing me as one of the recipients to this scholarship. I am greatly appreciative, and this gift of this scholarship will definitely be a gift that will continue to keep giving. My dedication is to our community, and 100% wholeheartedly. Growing up, I never seen anybody that looked like me be a nurse. It was inspirational. Like, I didn't care for myself. I didn't like myself. And unfortunately, that's nothing new in our community. And I want to be there to support, to uplift, to take care, and to provide that helping hand just as it was provided to me, and people continue to support me. So I want to say thank you very much, and I accept the scholarship. Thank you. Have a good day.
Thank you so much, Natasha. So our next scholarship recipient is Miss Dejanay Gresham Ryder. Dejanay is from Stockton, California, and attended Cesar Chavez High School. As a high school student, Dejanay enrolled in the healthcare careers track and served as a volunteer tutor for students with special needs. She first became interested in nursing after witnessing her grandmother serving as a caregiver for her great grandmother. Before obtaining a BSN from the California State University, East Bay in 2019, Deja served 1 year in the U.S. military. Dejanay currently serves as a clinical nurse 2 for the UC Davis Medical Center, Trauma One Hospital in Northern California. She recently returned to her California State alma mater to pursue a graduate education in nursing leadership and administration, where she currently serves as a class representative. As an active member of the Capital City Black Nurses Association, a local chapter of the National Black Nurses Association, Dejanay hopes to strengthen her leadership skills while advocating to improve the diversity and equity of healthcare workers. As an emerging nurse leader, her goal is to decrease workplace oppression for healthcare workers of color. Please welcome Dejanay Gresham Ryder, the CCBNA scholarship recipient.
Hello, everyone. I'm DJ Gresham Ryder. I just want to express my gratitude by saying thank you for this scholarship on behalf of CCBNA. Also, I just, like, from the bottom of my heart, I want to thank CCBNA for taking me under their wing. As a new nurse, I was lost at UC Davis. Calene, also Aaron, they constantly give me mentorship on what to do and what not to do, and I'm forever grateful for that. As a novice nurse, I will continue to use this chapter as guidance on how I can suppress workplace depression for women of color and also nurses of color. And I'm just happy to receive this scholarship. Thank you, CCBNA.
Thank you, DJ. You're welcome. Our third recipient for the scholarship award is Miss Tequila Porter. Tequila Porter is a third-year PhD student at the Barry Moore School of Nursing at the University of California, Davis. Tequila was originally born and raised in Asheville, North Carolina. After graduating high school, 2 weeks later, she immediately moved away from her hometown and started on her higher education journey. When Tequila was 14 years old, her mother passed away due to substance abuse. She was a sophomore in college studying biology, hoping that she would become an OBGYN when she found out about her true cause of death. So this immediately sent her into a different direction and asking herself, why didn't she know what she was using? Why wasn't I able to help her? And all these questions about what she could have done to help prevent her death. At the same time, she realized her mom didn't look like a quote unquote drug user, and she didn't act like one. Of course, she was going off what I saw on television or billboards, according to the images, information presented to her. Her mother didn't fit the description, so she quickly found herself looking at a route to explain issues of substance abuse among women. In 2017, Tequila landed a job at Kennesaw State University, where she wrote for her master's thesis on opioid misuse among women in rural areas. 2 years later, she moved from Georgia here to Sacramento, California, where she was blessed with a PhD student position that allows her to focus on opioid abuse, specifically among Black women. Her dissertation project is qualitative in nature and aims to explore Black women's lives experiences with opioid abuse and treatment, rehab, narratives in Sacramento. Although she's not a nurse by training, her research interest goals share similarities with many concepts, theories, and research agendas among the nursing population. Humbly, up to this point, her journey, she said, I've managed to navigate a nursing PhD program and accept findings awards to support my dissertation work. We want to thank Tequila Porter, and Tequila Porter is not here with us tonight, and Makeda is going to accept the award on her behalf. Oh, sorry, Kaiweda.
That's okay. Good evening, everyone. As Calene stated, Tequila's not here to accept her award, but she is very grateful. I would love to take a moment to give the history behind the Dr. Puri Ackerman Barger American Nursing Research Scholarship. In honor of Dr. Ackerman Barger, CCBNA is recognizing her career dedicated to diversity and inclusion in higher level nursing education. Dr. Ackerman Barger is a founding member of CCBNA and a huge catalyst to the creation of our organization. This scholarship is for graduate level nurses, master's, MP, PhD, who are conducting or presenting nursing research that has a focus on African American health and the disparities that exist in the community. And after hearing Tequila's story, it is very obvious she's very deserving of this award. So thank you all on behalf of Tequila.
Here I am. Thank you, Kai. Appreciate it. As you can see, I haven't stopped smiling. I just sent a message in the background. I just love hearing the stories and seeing the smiles of all of our scholarship recipients. Next year, I hope that we have 15 people up here. I know that we have some really great nurses, great future nurses, great current nurse researchers and leaders. And really, this is just an opportunity to highlight them. If we were in person, we would have the stage. We'd be handing the award in person. But virtually, I just want to say congratulations to each and every one of you. We all know that scholarship is a huge help to communities of color. When you look at the research, it's one of the largest barriers for all of us going into grad school, especially now with the increasing price of college, right? It's financial barriers. And here at CCBNA, we want to do everything we can to remove those barriers in any way that we can, in any way that we can. And that comes from the donations, the support, the generosity of our community, of our local neighbors here in Sacramento, and then the organizations that are like-minded in our efforts. So with that, congratulations one more time to all of our students. We're going to pivot to a new portion of our awards and event today. Thank you, Thelma, for viewing. I see you down there with the comment. We're going to switch and to do two of our community members awards. So this is the first time we've done this. I personally am extremely excited about it. It's something that we kicked around for a while, and really there's not enough time that we could really talk about these two individuals specifically and all the help that they've given us. But first and foremost, I would like to award the Leadership in Community Service and Social Responsibility Award of 2021 to Ms. Sharon Chandler. Now, let me tell you a little bit about Ms. Sharon and why she is so deserving. I'm going to start with her background specifically, and I'll talk about her more personally as I know her. So Sharon Chandler is the founder and executive director of Yes to College Education Resources Incorporated here in Sacramento, a nonprofit dedicated to the early preparation of minority families, raising college-bound students, workforce diversity in the health professions, and the elimination of African-American health disparities. I personally have worked with Yes to College. I've been invited to be a part of some of their events. They do a phenomenal job. She is the mother of 2 college graduates, a son who is a deputy district attorney, and a daughter, a human resources training professional. Sharon is a past executive director of community centers, infant and mother health advocacy agencies, affordable housing programs, and an entrepreneur. That's a lot. That's a lot, y'all. Sharon is also a former television news journalist, former social marketing project coordinator of the California Black Health Network's campaign against secondhand smoke, and a community blogger for San Francisco Public Radio, KQED, keeping the Bay Area abreast of minority health news in South Sacramento. Sharon also has extensive experience as an advocate and writer of numerous newspapers and magazine articles on health education and diversity for the Sacramento Observer newspaper and media group. She is a proud Penguin publisher, author of the book Say Yes to College, a practical and inspirational guide to raising college-bound kids. When I first met Sharon, it was at a California Black Health conference in downtown Sacramento, I believe. And she always has just been such a huge support, not just in me personally, but in what we're trying to do at Capital City Black Nurses, what we're trying to build here in Sacramento. From our infancy, Sharon has been the biggest supporter of what we're doing in many ways, not just in what we're doing, but bringing us into what she's doing. I think our first couple of events, we partnered with Sharon and Yes to College to kind of get us up off the ground and get some momentum going. So we've done a couple of events at the Brick House around nurse history, which Sharon is Black nurse history, which Sharon is extremely involved in and supportive of. She's called us into local high schools to help speak to after school programs or lunchtime programs. And really, she helps mentor me and a lot of our leaders here at CCBNA about how to be community advocates and how to kind of maneuver in this world. Because we're all trained as nurses, right? We're clinical. We have that lens to us. And she graciously has given her knowledge and passed on some of her skills to us in the community space. So without further ado, I would like to award the Leadership in Community Service and Social Responsibility Award of 2021 to Ms. Sharon Chandler.
Thank you, Carter. I really appreciate all that you said, and when you were naming the things that we've done, I've forgotten about some of those things because it's been so much. But I wrote down a couple of things that I wanted to say. 8 years ago, 3 grandmothers who wanted to make a difference in the world began meeting at my kitchen table over homemade soup, salad, and chocolate chip cookies. And we were talking about our next life steps. And those 3 grandmothers were Toni Calipari, Clotilde Heron, and myself. Our conversations always led back to our family's health, where we learned that we were all majorly touched by type 2 diabetes, be it our fathers, our brothers, our children, or even ourselves. We decided then to research the disease and join several health coalitions and committees here in Sacramento to learn about community resources we could share. We also applied for grant funding so we could provide classes, workshops, and eventually conferences for the prevention, treatment, and management of those diseases that devastate our African American community. And in doing that, we use the family module of going through our families and then accessing their friends and their other extended families. And that's how we've run our programs and have been successful in running our programs in the African American community. In 2015, we convinced our state senator, Dr. Richard Pan, and the California Legislative Black Caucus to sponsor a resolution dedicating the month of August as African American Women's Health Legacy Month to bring attention to the health disparities devastating African Americans. Born from African American Women's Health Legacy was our partnership with UC Davis Betty Irene Moore School of Nursing and an annual conference called Advancing African Americans in Nursing to serve as a resource to aspiring and practicing African American nurses. This is how Yes to College and the African American Women's Health Legacy came to know and partner with CCBNA. Over the past 6 years, our partnership has seen African American nurses accepted into Betty Irene Moore School of Nursing. We've seen job promotions, we've seen conferences developed, we've used the nurses in our Minority Health Professions Mentor Program, where we work with middle and high school kids to give them a chance to meet healthcare professionals and aspire to become one. And then we've also helped with national recognition for our dedicated nursing professionals in Sacramento. Lastly, Yes to College is so grateful to be a part of your successes, and we look forward to continue being the change we need to see, or we want to see. Thank you, Yes to College. Thank you for presenting Yes to College, your Leadership in Community Service and Social Responsibility Award. We appreciate it so much. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, Sharon. I wish I was there to give you a big hug and say thank you in person. It's been too long since I've seen you, but I will be dropping off your award this coming week. So when I'm in the neighborhood, I'll make sure to give you a ring. Next, we have our second award, and this one is another special award that we have, and it's titled the Collaborative Nurse Excellence Award. So when we conceptualize what this award may be, we're thinking of someone who's not necessarily a nurse. So it could be a different clinical background, a different profession, but that really lifts up nursing and really brings us all together. And this year we chose Dr. Jan Marie Garcia. And again, I'll read her bio, and then I'll get into kind of how she's allowed me to just call her Dr. Jan, as many of you do know her as, to talk about how we are so gifted to have her as a friend here. So Dr. Marie Garcia is a pediatrician from a long line of community activists. She's a founding faculty member and associate health sciences clinical professor at the Betty Irene Moore School of Nursing at UC Davis. She also serves as the director for social justice and immersive learning in the Office of Health Equity, Diversity, and Inclusion. During her time at UC Davis, Dr. Marie Garcia has developed several programs around health equity and anti-racism issues, including the interprofessional Central Valley road trip, which I've actually been on, and I'm from the Central Valley, and she took me places I'd never been. The Summer Institute on Race and Health, and the Anti-Racism and Cultural Humility, or ARC training program for nurse leaders. That one's really special. That's a newer one, and she is training from the top down. Really exciting work. The ARC training, the ARC training program is currently equipping UC Davis Health Systems nurse and other leaders of their School of Nursing and School of Medicine faculty to achieve anti-racism and equity goals in both patient care and health professions education. She received her BA in Human Biology with honors and with the distinction from Stanford University, you heard that right, the Stanford University, her MD from UCSF, and completed a pediatric residency training at Oakland Children's Hospital, so NorCal through and through, followed by an MPH from UC Berkeley, so really NorCal. So she's pretty much hit every of the top academic universities in the Northern California. With Melanie Tervalin, she co-founded and is writing a textbook on the concept of cultural humility, which they distinguish from cultural competence. She's widely published in the health science literature. And I was talking to Dr. Jan earlier today, and coining the term cultural humility when she did, I think recently it's on the forefront of a lot of people's minds, but Dr. Jan has been giving a lifetime of research, of academic work to creating equity in the healthcare space, and not just nurses, but doctors, respiratory therapists, anyone that walks in to receive care in a hospital is getting better care and more equitable care because of the lifelong work of Dr. Jan Marie Garcia. So how she is a friend of us is she is a connector, y'all. She was one of the teachers at the Betty Irene Moore School of Nursing, and one of the classes was a 206 class, and Aaron King coined it Woke 206. It's a very intimate and in-depth class about cultural competence, cultural humility, and really digging into who we are as nurses and the way that we interact with our patients. And through that class and a lot of different other situations, she has connected a lot of the core people of CCBNA, and not only connected us, but served as inspiration. She has sat on our board, our chairs of committees. She has believed in us. She has told us to go do it and given us the pat on the back to do so. And more importantly, she knows us through and through, because in her class, we wrote journals for a whole year. So she knows more about CCBNA than probably most people do, sometimes even our significant others. So with that being said, with no further ado, I would like to award the Collaborative Nurse Excellence Award of 2021 to Dr. Jan Marie Garcia.
Oh, wow. Thank you so much, Carter. I'm just so humbled by this award. And I did write some notes just so I remember, but basically it's impossible to put into words the privilege that the last 10 years, 11 years at Betty Irene Moore has meant to my life, and the way it's connected me to some very extraordinary people, present company included. Students, too many to name, Cherie and Aaron and all of them. And folks like faculty members like Piri, Ricky, Fawn, and then those who've opened the doors for me in terms of working with the nurses at UC Davis Health, and just those Black leaders who came to their chief nursing officer and said, we need a different kind of conversation happening here. So Calene and Daryl, honorary nurse Marcus, and then I get to enjoy Aaron and Kaiweda in the Anti-Racism and Cultural Humility ARC Fellowship. You all have taught me so much about nursing. You've taught me a lot about when I compare being, a lot of times I compare being a doctor, a physician, and the privilege that is that I didn't earn, to being a white person working with people of color. And it's been really interesting to watch subtly how I'm not a racist, I'm not a nursist or a physicianist, but there are subtle ways in which my profession takes over and is dysfunctional in that hierarchy, valuing our knowledge higher, taking up all the oxygen in the room. So I've just fallen in love with the profession of nursing. It brought me Sharon Chandler and a lot of other folks in the community, Mother Rose at Underground Books. I consider it a gift from God to be in this space walking with you all right now. And it's my joy to watch all of that CCBNA is doing in the community and across the nation, actually. I'm just so proud of you all. And you all aren't just uplifting nurses. Remember, you're changing the world. And I feel like I should be giving you all a gift or an award, as you've given to me so much. And I just thank you for the recognition. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Jans. And again, congratulations to you and Sharon Chandler. I know in the chat, I was just talking, we have to get together whenever things kind of settle down, social distance, vaccinated, and we all need a drink to celebrate the way that we should have. To close this out, I'm going to kick it back over to committee member Makita Trinum.
All right. In closing, this has been a marvelous virtual event to celebrate the award and scholarship recipients within the community. This has been such a refreshing moment that we are all able to enjoy the festivities amongst each other while showing the importance of representation in healthcare and leadership. It has been an honor to be among such accomplished individuals and hear their inspirational stories. And I hope everyone leaves here today a little more inspired to follow their aspirations and dreams in life. Thank you again to each and every one of you for taking the time out of your busy schedules to be here with CCBNA today. We also would like to give a special thanks to our sponsors of the event, UC Davis Health and the Betty Irene Moore School of Nursing. We greatly appreciate both organizations' support for the CCBNA and the scholarships. We look forward to having their continued support for next year's event. And finally, as we continue to grow as an organization, I'm excited for the CCBNA Scholarship Gala in 2022. So mark your calendars, y'all. I hope y'all have a lovely evening and good night.